Guys, I was looking at my questions coming into me from Instagram, and I got this one from a young guy, and the way that it was structured, it was about training with his coach and sort of some feelings he had towards his coach. And the way that it was structured, I could tell that he held this mindset that I used to hold when I was younger, that I see a lot of people hold in jiu-jitsu now, and it's outdated, it's old, it will hinder your jiu-jitsu, and it doesn't make any sense. Think about other sports for a second, then I'll give you the idea. Maybe I'll bring up the Chicago Bulls, right? Back in the 90s. I was a 90s kid, right? So I grew up in the 90s. That's who I look at, and when I was growing up, they were the big team, right? When we were watching the Chicago Bulls, you had Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, all those people. Nobody expected Phil Jackson to get up from the coach's seat and just dunk on Jordan, right? Nobody expected that. We know that wouldn't happen. Right? Nobody expected that. Maybe we'll flip it around to football. Bill Belichick. Nobody expected Bill Belichick to get up and be like, get out of the way, Tom Brady. Let me show you how to throw this football over the mountains. A couple references there. That's about the extent of my sports ball knowledge too, right? I don't have much to go with. I don't watch it. But again, we don't expect the coaches to go in there and usurp the abilities of the young athletes, young competitors, right? We don't expect that. But for some reason in jiu-jitsu, we do. When it comes to other sports, we understand that the coach is there for a very specific purpose. They're there to coach and to help facilitate other people's growth and to make them better, right? To make them play better and to make them perform better. But yet, when it comes to jiu-jitsu, a lot of times we have this mistaken idea that if I can beat this person, if this person can't beat me, then they have nothing to show me. Taking out of account, there's all sorts of factors that could lead to that. That is an outdated mode of thinking. And that's when I used to hold back in the day too myself. I remember it when I was young and stupid, right? We've all been there. If I rolled with you and I could beat you, I didn't even listen to anything else you had to say. You know, you might have all kinds of cool technical details, and I maybe beat you on pure athleticism because I was younger, but my mind would be tuned off because, well, you can't beat me, so what do you really know? And then as I got older, I had these experiences where I would roll with people whom I could beat during rolling, but man, they would always give me these gems. One of my buddies, in fact, Tim, a black belt, we competed against each other as purple belt, and again, it was a tough match, whatever. And I remember every now and then I would go train with him. And for the most part, again, he could sweep me and stuff. He's competitive with me just fine. But for the most part, I got the better of the rolls. But I would go and train with Tim because I always got these gems. He always had these little details that I found really useful from my training. He would show some drills that I was like, man, this is a really good drill. Like, I really got something from that myself. And that started to chip away at that young, stupid brain idea that I had, right? So again, I share this with you guys. This is something I was talking to Sean Applegate about recently because, he's a young guy. He's got some really good guys like Elijah Carlton and stuff that he's coaching in his gym, and they're doing very well for themselves. And we were talking about this idea with coaching, right? For some reason in the gym, we want our coaches to be like the warriors there with us, in the line, just duking it out. But that doesn't necessarily make them a good coach. Doesn't necessarily mean they're skilled at transferring the information into you. Just means they're good at doing whatever it is they need to do. And so again, I just share this with you guys because especially as younger guys, younger women coming into training, you can have this mistaken belief that because you can beat this person, you're somehow much better than them and they have nothing to show you. Likewise, as we get older in jiu-jitsu, this is something that I'm dealing with. I'm 38, getting closer to 40. Many of you guys I've talked to, older black belts who you're getting up in the age too, right? We at some point can't wield the sword of the warrior like we used to, right? We don't have that same energy, that same youthful vigor that we once did. We're still tough. We can still do what we got to do, but we just don't have it like we used to. When we roll with some of these young 20, 25-year-olds, we can start to forget, hey, just because they're able to outcompete us in this setting doesn't mean that we're not good. It doesn't mean we don't have knowledge to share. This is just the next stage, next evolution. This is like our ego battle. We talk about leave your ego at the door as a white belt because you need to relax a little bit. Well, this is the other side of that. We got too attached to being this one person, right? When we were young, we were in our physical prime and we're doing really good and all this stuff. And now we're changing and now we're having that friction. And now we have to leave our ego at the door, so to speak, so that we can sort of move into whatever we're becoming now. Again, everything's impermanent. There's nothing that's fixed. Everything's changing. And this is a great time where you can start to share that information to those that are receptive to it. And again, for a lot of you guys that are a little bit younger, and maybe you're a blue belt and you're a purple belt and you're biting the bit or beating some of the black belts that are a little bit older, just because you can beat them don't mistake the fact that they can show you something. But just an idea to chew on in case any of you guys are younger and you have this mistaken idea of jiu-jitsu about like what it is or what it means to have a good coach, that your coach needs to beat the crap out of you. I don't think it's as common, but it's still, I got the question about it just a second ago. So anyway, just an idea to chew on. I'll talk to you guys next time.